Hey, what is up? Good morning, beautiful people. See, I'm sitting in a t-shirt out here because obviously people want me to be outside for these, so I'm gonna be outside. Today we're doing another different style of video. We're gonna talk a little bit about Svenska Cupen that I attended, so you guys get a little bit more insight from my point of view, how it was playing, how I enjoyed it. Try and talk this through as much as we can. But before we do that, as always, I promised to answer a question, and this time it's Jihanki asking me and wondering if I ever mauled or if I tilt, or because I seem very calm and collected while streaming. And yes, I do tilt, I do maul. I think we all do at some point. It's just that I try not to never ever tilt to try and show emotions, especially not during team play. During certain events or matches, I definitely might have slammed my table once or twice or done something. It happens, man. Sometimes you gotta let that anger go. But I think it's important to not blame your teammates. Try and make the team or individuals in your team feel uncomfortable. So try to keep it to yourself and make sure to the others that is not on them you're tilting on. It's maybe you did a mistake, because sometimes it's frustrating making a mistake and you need to let that anger out. It happens to the best of us. So yeah, I do tilt from time to time, but while streaming, playing face hits, no way, man. I'm just having a good time. I just want to play and shoot some headshots. That's it. Lovely stuff. Let's get this video started. Now we're back in our safe haven, where I'm most comfortable, where it's warm, it's nice. I like sitting in here. Anyways, let's start it off. Svenska Cupen was being played this weekend that just happened, and I was asked to be a stand-in for f0rest. And I took the opportunity. I mean, why wouldn't I? It's LAN, it's here in Sweden. I think it's great for the scene as well that we finally see some progression, making the scene grow a little bit more, because we need it. We need new, fresh talent to rise to the scene, and I think this is a way to motivate them. So I jumped the gun and I said yes. I would most definitely love to play with you guys and help you in whatever way I can. So I then had, I believe it was 2 days before the event started, I had about an hour conversation with the coach Bogdan, which is super nice. He walked me through all 6 maps, kind of basic stuff to not make it too complicated for me. He went through some set tactics that he would want me to know and learn a little bit about, so they can call it during the tournament. But as I said, they didn't want to make it too complicated for me. He went through which positions I was going to play, which was not the positions I'm used to playing. But I think if we're going to keep up this standing, or being a stand-in for more teams in the future, at this point I will be like the best stand-in you can have, because I will have played every single position. So then comes, I believe it's Friday, we do media day. And this is the first time I meet you guys, except for Twist, right? And man, oh man, aren't they a great bunch of people. They are nice, they're friendly, they're funny, they have their head in the right place. I mean, I was welcomed really nice, and I couldn't have asked for a better welcoming, to be honest. So that was also something that I appreciated, which makes me come into the team much faster and easier. You know, you kind of feel like a connection instantly. Just makes it so much better. So during the media day, we did nothing special, honestly. We just, you know, as teams do, we talk, we're trying to have a good time. We didn't really practice anything on Friday either. We did the media stuff, which wasn't too bad. It was about an hour of media, and then I had to go home. Certain circumstances prevented me from staying a little bit longer, because as I said, this was the last minute call in once again. My schedule was pretty booked, but I made sure that I did everything needed from me, and I let the guys know as well beforehand that this was the case regarding Friday. Saturday comes, this is the game day, this is where we get excited, this is when we're gonna play against the eyeballers on this stage. And I mean, it's JW, it's Flusha, and it's fully packed at space, and that was just amazing to see as well, that we were gonna play in the, I think it was the second game or No, we played the first game against the Eyeballers and it was packed, man. It was packed with people and I was actually quite surprised to see it. But it also shows that Swedish Counter-Strike or the Swedish scene has definitely missed an event like this. So once I saw the crowd, once we sat down, we started playing a little bit, it just felt good, man. As I said, I touched on it a little bit. I was playing new positions. So we did Ancient and we did Dust 2. On Ancient I was playing in Cave as CT and kind of like the B-Lurk on T or fighting for Cave. But that is not positions that I have played before. So not super comfortable. I got caught with a few timings that I didn't really know about. So I definitely learned a lot and I think if I would have practiced a little bit more, I definitely could have done more as well. I tried my best to, with what I have, with the limited amount of time I had as well. I tried my absolute best and I think it went okay. Definitely not up to par with someone who has played those positions before, but that is totally on me. And they made sure to do everything they could to help me out during the rounds as well and give input, etc. And I just tried to be a fast learner, learn stuff as fast as I could. But the Ancient game was, I think both games actually, we tied it, like we're off to a rough start, but managed always to claw our way back, coming up into like 14-14 or something on both maps. But once we hit 14-14, they just, yeah, they got the rounds needed. They hit a few good rounds and they broke us on Ancient and we couldn't really do much about it. And on Dust 2, I was playing B Anchor and in Tunnels as well, B Lurk. And that is also, like, this is a map that has been permabanned for 3 years. But I do know my way around the map. But I was a little bit abused on B, I would say, against Eyeballers. I got one frag, but one frag isn't enough when you're an anchor. You definitely need to set up like multi-kills for the team because B is such a hard side to retake, so like trading 1-for-1 isn't really enough, I would say. But it was also a learning experience and I think I definitely stepped up on my positions when we played against Lil Mix the other day. I felt more comfortable on the B side. Like it, you know, once you played something once, it feels like you're more comfortable doing it again. You know what mistakes you did, how you can readjust. Because against Lil Mix, I got the multi kills this time, which felt so much better. And overall, I mean, it was just a great time doing this event. We went out for dinner after the Eyeballers game. Like, people obviously you're sad when you lose a game like that, but I could also feel like the atmosphere in the team was still really good because they understand as well, and I understand as well, that we tried our best with what we had. They were playing tournaments or matches, really important matches for the team before this event, so they played with Snacks instead, which I think is the play they're gonna play with. So they couldn't practice with me, which is understandable. They were focusing on other tournaments before Svenska Cupen, and they actually managed to win these and qualify, so I'm super happy for them. So I think all things considered, we weren't like super bummed out. I mean, it was fine. People were still in a good state of mind, and we went out to grab some dinner. We ate some Korean food and just vibed out and had a good time. And yeah, I was really enjoying myself this weekend. Come Sunday, I touched on it a little bit. We were playing against Lil Mix again. We're playing the same two maps, which is actually great for me. This time I definitely think it went better. My Ancient game kinda off, but I mean, it happens. I got it's nothing special, honestly. Sometimes it just doesn't go your way. I think I stepped up on Dust 2, so that felt nice. It felt nice to get some redemption on the map and on positions that I kind of lacked on against Eyeballers. So that was good redemption. And then comes the after party. We secured the third place win against Lil Mix. We win 2-0. I don't remember the scoreline exactly. It's probably dropped somewhere around there. And then comes the after party, and this time we're all we just all having a good time. And it was amazing to see the turnout for the final as well, NIP versus Eyeballers. NIP kind of went through this event with ease, man. There was no one putting up a competition against them, which I guess is to be expected. But it's also super nice of NIP, or it's important that NIP show up in a tournament like this if you want the scene to grow. And I think that's exactly what's needed, and I'm glad NIP were participating in this tournament. They had a lot to lose for sure, 100%. They have a lot to lose if they would lose to a team, like against some of these teams, right? But they stepped up to the challenge, and they did exactly what they set out to do, and I think this is very important, and I'm glad it all turned out the way it did. Comes to after party, we're having a good time, we're drinking a few beers and just talking, chilling, having fun, dancing. I did a little bit of moves, you know me, I got moves in me, even like back in the days I was quite smooth, man. Yeah, that was like Svenska Cupen experience. It was 10 out of 10 experience for me. I had a lot of fun, as I stated many times throughout the video, and hopefully we will keep on streaming, we will keep doing our thing and see what happens next, because I do want to play. I stated this many times, I do want to play. I have the drive to play. I really want to be on the stage again. So we're just gonna keep up the grind on Face It. We're gonna do what we can and see what happens. Much love to y'all, and as always, if you want your question answered for the next YouTube video, you gotta type down below and I'll pick one. It's usually quite hard to find a question. I scroll down quite far to find a question because you guys are way too nice to me. Much love to y'all and have a great day.